So welcome yogis. Today we're going to do a practice that is maybe a bit more active than the class we did last night. So there will be a bit more step throughs. Definitely the pace will be a little bit faster, but that does not mean that you have to stay at that pace. If you feel like you just need a moment and you want to go to child's pose and just reconnect and focus in on that breathing, you're more than welcome to do that. Remember, this is your practice, so you do your practice as you feel serves your body. So as always, we're going to start in our pranayama. We're going to stay in the seated position, so Sukhasana or easy pose. Just take a breath here. And just close down your eyes. You can lower your chin down towards your chest. Relax those shoulders. And just take a few moments here to just settle in and concentrate on your breathing. So just drawing your attention to the breath, making sure the inhale and the exhale are the same length. And with each breath you take, you become a bit more centered and a bit more rooted. Allowing those shoulders to slide down away from the ears. Just take one more deep inhale, and together we'll sigh it out on the exhale. Now open your eyes, the soft gaze toward the floor, and just draw those arms all the way up toward the ceiling. Extend the arms and index fingers toward the sky, thumb over thumb. Just relax those shoulders, pull them back. You can nod that head no a few times if you need to. And then from here, we're just going to circle those arms toward the back of your mat. Roll the shoulders back. And if it feels okay to lift your chin up toward the ceiling. Just opening up through that throat chakra. Drawing the chin down toward the chest and coming back through that seated position. We're going to take our right hand and we're going to reach it over toward the left and then take that left arm out. So we're just going to stretch. So a forward bend in Sukhasana, but with just a slight rotation, trying to open up through that side body. So you're wanting to extend those arms as much as you're able to. And then from there, we're just going to walk those hands around toward that right side. And just do the exact same thing. So just extend those arms, relax the head, and just take notice of the difference between the sides. So I'm noticing that my left side is definitely a bit tighter than my right. So I just like to focus in on those tight spots and send that breath into that space. Just walk those hands back to center and take one more really long, deep forward bend. Allow that head to come down. Reach those fingertips as far forward as you can, as far forward as those sit bones will allow. So once those sit bones come up and off the mat, that's your indication that that's about as much as your hips will allow you to do. On your next exhalation, we're going to draw those hands back up toward those knees. And taking those hands on the knees, you're just going to take a seated cat-cow. So on your exhalation, you're going to round through the middle back. And then on the inhalation, you're going to extend through the spine. And if you like, you can roll those shoulders back. Let's do a few more. So as we exhale, and then inhale, shoulders roll back. Let's do one more. Exhale. Inhale and lift up. Good. Just take a few moments to move that head around any way that you feel your neck needs. And then from there, we're going to draw those knees down toward our mat, and I'm just going to turn around so that you can see me from the side, and we're going to get right into it. So you're going to curl those toes underneath you, and you're going to start to lift those hips up towards your down dog. So if this is your first down dog of the day, just be patient with yourself. Those legs might not be ready for that kind of extension yet. So you might want to pedal those feet out or walk the dog. Just do any other type of movement that you feel will help the backs of those legs, the hamstrings, the hips, the calves, the Achilles, sort of warm up. So what you're trying to do is create a little bit of heat and a little bit of mobility. At the same time, I want you to really feel like you're pressing those palms into the earth and you're pushing the chest through those arms. Still allowing those shoulders to plug into the sockets. Good. So just find a little bit of stillness here as you reconnect with that breath. And then on your next exhalation, we're going to walk those feet up toward the hands. And we're going to hold in a forward bend up here. So I find at this forward bend, my legs feel a bit tighter. So I'm going to keep those knees soft just for the first few, just to allow my body to really fold in over those legs without feeling that tension in through the back sides of those legs. Keep breathing. And then on your next exhalation, you're going to really plug the soles of the feet down toward the earth. You're going to round through your spine and articulate all the way up to that tall, long standing position. Take a few moments to roll those shoulders back. Good. And just hold here in Tadasana, mountain pose. So you're going to try to take the toes together, heels slightly apart, and just breathe. So today's practice will be quite active. So just take this moment to really ground yourself down. Inhale, you're going to lift all the way up. Look up if you're able to. And then as you exhale with those soft knees, you're going to swan dive forward. And then we're going to take a halfway lift. So you're going to extend. If you have to take the hands to the shins, making that 7 with your body, go right ahead. And let's fold back down toward the ground. Inhale, lift toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift. Make sure that core is connected. Exhale, fold forward. Let your head go. Inhale, lift toward the ceiling. And exhale all the way back down, right away. Halfway lift. Look straight forward. Exhale, fold back into those legs. And then from here, we're going to take a step back to a plank or a tabletop. And we're going to lower ourselves down, chaturanga, bend those elbows just to the rib cage. And then you're going to come up into upward facing dog, rolling those shoulders back. Look straight forward. Exhale, back to our down dog. Good. We're going to do that one more time. So look to the top of your mat and then bend the knees and jump step, walk yourself forward, coming into that halfway lift. Look forward and then exhale, fold back into those legs. Soft knees to lift yourself all the way back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Push back down toward the ground. Step back, plank or tabletop position. Your chaturanga, bending those elbows, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Roll those shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. Good. Now just take a moment here, take a breath. And we're going to extend our right leg up toward the ceiling. So just extend the leg up, still trying to press through those arms. And then from here, we're going to round our spine, take knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow to the outside of the body. Look straight ahead. Inhale, leg up. This time, exhale, right knee, left elbow, hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right leg through in between the hands. Pause. If you need to drop down to the knee, you're more than welcome to. Inhale, lift, crescent lunge. Look up if you're able to. If not, you can keep that head posture straight toward the front of your mat. Exhale, plant those hands on either side of the foot. Curl that toe underneath if you're in the modified position. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, down dog. Take that breath. Inhale to extend the left leg up. Exhale, round your spine, draw that left knee in toward the nose. Inhale, leg goes back up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left knee, right elbow. Look to the side. Inhale, back up, three-legged dog. And then we're going to take that left leg, place it in between the hands, and you're going to go to crescent lunge. You can drop that back knee if you like, or just come straight up. Keep breathing, tuck those shoulders in. Drop down, plant those hands on either side of the foot. Step back, plank or tabletop, your chaturanga, elbows to ribcage. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press back, down dog. Look to the top of your mat. Walk, step, jump yourself forward. halfway lift. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale to stand. Exhale, all the way back down, right away. Halfway lift. Back toward those thighs, jump step, walk back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Take the right leg up. Now you're going to take right knee to the nose, round your spine. Inhale, lift. Take right knee, left elbow. Hold here, and you're going to extend that right leg just to the side. Keep both hands down on the ground. Bring the knee back to the nose, and then extend it back toward the ceiling. Then take that right knee, right elbow. Hold here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step the leg in between the hands, crescent lunge. Big inhale. Look straight ahead, or if you're able to lift that chin up slightly, go ahead, making sure the knee, that right knee is over the right ankle. Exhale, plant those hands, step back to that plank or tabletop. Your chaturanga, upward facing dog, or if you need a moment, you can take just that cobra. Then let's come back through tabletop or straight to down dog. Lift those hips up. Push the heels toward the floor, but the heels don't have to get to the floor. That's just maybe a goal of yours, to get those heels down to the ground. Extend that left leg up toward the ceiling. Take the knee toward the nose as you round your spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, and then now extend that left leg out, just like we did on the other side. Keep both hands planted, look to the end of your mat. Then you're gonna bring that left knee back up to your nose, extend the leg. So left knee, left elbow, open up. Inhale up. Exhale, take that foot in between the hands. Inhale to stand, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant. Step back, plank or tabletop, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Look to the front of your mat, walk, step, jump yourself forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand up. Exhale, hands to heart, take a moment. Good, just find the four corners of your foot. All right. So we're going to inhale, drop those hands down by our side, and then lift the arms up into chair, Utkatasana. Good, so it doesn't have to be super low, but try to keep that spine as long as you can. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Press back to those thighs, and then you're going to jump step, walk back to plank or tabletop. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Right knee, left elbow. And then extend that right leg. So you're going to take that left foot to the side, and you're going to see if you can let go and extend that left arm up. Fallen triangle. Bring that left hand back down. Take that right knee to nose, extend. Take right knee out to right elbow. Pause. Inhale, back up. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Crescent lunge, extend those arms up. From here, we're gonna open up to warrior two. So you're gonna open up, reach those arms. So you're looking straight down that right arm. Dancing warriors, take the right arm up, left arm down. Relax that left shoulder. Then you're gonna windmill the arms back down to that plank position. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Good, plant those palms. Look to the front of your mat, walk, step, jump yourself forward. Halfway lift, fold back into the legs. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Inhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chair, or down to the floor. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, press the chest toward the thighs, jump step, walk back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Press away from the floor. Exhale, push back, down dog. Lift your left leg up. Take the left knee to the nose. Inhale, lift. Left knee, left elbow. Right elbow, sorry. And then you're gonna take that left leg out to the right side. You can hold just like this, or you can flip the right foot down and let go of the right hand. So you're extending that right arm up toward the ceiling. Good. Take the right hand back down. Pick the left leg up, take it back to the nose, extend three-legged dog, and then you're gonna take the left knee out to the left elbow now and hold. Three-legged dog, step forward, feet in between the hands. Inhale, crescent, lunge. Exhale, warrior two. So flip that left foot, should be parallel to the back side of your mat. You're gonna drive that left knee forward, still making sure that it's over the ankle. Look straight down your left arm. Keep breathing. Dancing warrior, drop that right arm, extend the left arm up. Then we're gonna windmill the hands, take it back to our plank, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Look to the top of your mat, walk, step, jump yourself forward. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Bend those knees. Inhale, chair. Inhale to stand. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Press back toward those thighs. Jump step, walk back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Lift your right leg. So just pause here, just for a moment. Then we're going to take that foot all the way through, in between the hands. We're going to park that left foot down at a 45-degree angle. We're going to lift to warrior one. Reach those arms up. Now take the hands to the back body, lace those arms together, slide the arms down toward that left foot. Doesn't have to be dramatic, but just feel like you're extending. And then if you're able to look up, hinge forward. So we're gonna try to take that right shoulder toward the right knee, keeping that right knee bent, continuing to breathe. One more. Good. Inhale back up to warrior one, and then open up to warrior two. Good. So keep that back foot parallel. Try to look straight down that front arm. From there, we're going to take that right hand, place it on the right thigh, and then extend the left arm up. So extended side angle. If you would like, you can take that right arm a little bit lower. Try to keep shoulder on top of shoulder. You can stay here if this is enough for you. If you feel like you want a little bit more, then you're going to take that left arm over the left ear. Keep that right knee bent. Good. Come back up through warrior two, dancing warrior. Now cartwheel, but take your left hand down to the floor as you pivot your left foot. So you're in a lunge position, and then you're gonna open up through the right side into twisted lunge. Good. Keep breathing. Feel like you're really pushing that right big toe into the mat. You're not letting it roll to the outside. Now take your right hand down, pause here. You're going to take your right foot and step it back to a plank, and then we're going to roll onto our left blade of foot into a side plank. So push away from the floor with that left arm. Look up to the right hand if you can. If not, that's okay. One more breath here. Then we're going to take the right arm back down as we come back to that plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Take the left leg, lift it up. Plant those hands, plug them in. As you exhale, draw the left foot all the way in between the hands, and then park that right foot at that 45-degree angle as you lift to warrior one. Just check the knee, make sure it is in the right alignment. Draw the hands to the back body, lace them together, and pull those arms down. So really, not intense, but a strong chest opener. And if you are able to look up, and then from here, we're going to hinge forward. We're going to see if we can get our left shoulder into the left knee, and if we can take those arms up over the back. That's good, but you don't have to. You can keep it here. But what you do need to do is make sure that the shoulders are plugged into the socket and that left knee is bent. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Nice. Take the left forearm down to the left thigh, and then reach that right arm up. And this could be enough for you, or if you want to take the left arm down, sort of increase the intensity. You can also take that right arm over the right ear. Slowly come back to warrior two. Keep that left knee bent, dancing warrior. As we exhale, we're going to windmill. Right arm over as we pivot the right foot. We're going to drop down into a reverse lunge or twisted lunge. So plug that right arm in and then lift up through the left side. So just like the other side, try to make sure that you're not rolling over on the blade of the foot on the left side. Take that left hand back down and then take that left leg back to that plank position. Roll over onto the blade of the foot on that right side and then lift up through the left arm. Breathe. Okay, take the left hand down, come back to that plank position, pause, hold right here. Look to the end of your mat, so don't look here. Take it so that the head, the crown of the head is pointed forward. Just keep breathing. Hang on, strengthening shoulders, strengthening our core. Taking one breath. And then as we exhale, we're gonna press to down dog. Breathe. Take this moment. Now you're gonna look to the top of your mat and you're gonna walk or jump into a yogi squat. So we're gonna take the legs wide and we're just gonna sit down into a yogi squat, just like this. Hold here. And what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna take those hands, place them down underneath those shoulders and just rock up. So the heels are just slightly lifted off the floor and you're using the arm strength to kind of balance, but we're not actually going into the full crow yet. We're just sort of prepping for it. Take that inhale. And then exhale, plug those heels back down, coming back to that yogi squat. Okay, so if crow is in your practice, then feel free to go ahead and get into your crow. If you're just learning crow, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back to that position where our heels are lifted, but this time we're gonna sort of plug those elbows underneath the knees and just see if we can float, even if it's just one leg and then the other. Slowly come down. Stand yourself up. Big stretch, turn those toes to face the front of your mat. Exhale, fold forward, soft knees, and just go to a ragdoll. So let that head go side to side. If you like to hold on to opposite elbows and then rest your forehead down on those forearms and just rock side to side from there, feel free to do that. Just taking a moment. Good. Soften the knees. Inhale toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart as you step those feet back in. Very nice. So we're gonna do that sequence one more time. We're gonna do it a little bit faster and we're gonna add a few elements to it, but feel free to modify as you need to. Okay, take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Press back down to those thighs. Jump step, walk back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Press away from the floor. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up. Step the right leg through. Warrior one. Open up through the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle. Very nice. Dancing warrior. Windmill the arms. Reverse lunge. Open up. So here's your challenge. We can go into the plank and side plank from here, or if you're feeling strong, you can grab a hold of that right foot and take it up to a side plank hold from here. And then very slowly, see how far you can go without letting go of that foot. Bring it back down to that lunge, step back to plank. Chaturanga, inhale. Exhale, press back, down dog. Lift your left leg up. Step it through, warrior one. Breathe. Hands to the back body, open up, chest. Exhale, forward fold. Left shoulder, left knee. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle. Warrior two. Dancing warrior. Windmill. Reverse lunge. Open up through that left side. Extend. So same thing on this side. If you just want to step back to plank and then go to your side plank, go ahead, or you can bring that left hand down to the left big toe, pull the leg in, and then open up. Very slowly, with control and strength. Good. Step back, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Take a moment. Now look to the top of your mat. Walk, step, jump yourself to yogi squat. So jump, feet wide. Drop down into yogi squat. Nice long spine. Now you can stay here, or if you feel like you want to try an arm balance, then you're going to take those hands forward, turn the toes slightly toward the front of your mat, and then plug the knees in between the underarms and the elbows, so somewhere like in the tricep, and then see if you can float a foot off the floor, or see if you can take both. Slowly back to yogi squat. Pause. Now, from here, we're gonna be super graceful, and we're just gonna very slowly, with control, drop our bum down and head into Navasana. Very good. Extend those legs, or you can keep those knees slightly bent if you need to. Keep breathing. Shaking is normal, shaking is good. One more big breath. Flex your feet, slowly let those legs come down. Sit yourself up onto those sit bones. Pause, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Dandasana. Take your time here. Take that moment, take that breath. Relax. Sit yourself up. From here, I'm going to just turn to the front so that you can see me. We're going to take our right knee over our left. We're going to try to make sure that both sit bones are down. And then if you have any knee trouble, then you're going to keep this knee long. But if you are able to, take the knee, bend it, and then sort of take the heel toward the bum. Extend your right arm up and then take it to the inside of your right leg. Good. Try to keep this upright position as you rotate and look over that left shoulder. So you should feel a very strong side body stretch through that right side. Good. Unravel yourself. Take the left arm, wrap it around the front of the knee, and just look over the right shoulder. Perfect. Now, seated exactly where you are, if you do have your leg long, you're going to try to bring it in. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get knee over knee, just like this. If this is really uncomfortable for you and it's not going to work, then what I want you to do is I want you to come into that Sukhasana position, the one that we started with. So we're just trying to sort of stretch through the hips. If you're tight through your IT bands, you would definitely feel some sensation on the IT band of the upper leg. So grab a hold of those feet. If you're in Sukhasana, just sit, plug those sit bones in and take a breath. Just relax. This is a very intense stretch, but we're gonna sort of one-up it and make it a bit more intense by coming forward. So we're going to come into that forward bend. So if you are in Sukhasana, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to hinge forward as far forward as you can and as far forward as your hips will allow. Yeah, take your time, just inch by inch. Flexibility is not built in a day, so it just takes a bit of practice, patience, and time. Breathe. Especially when your muscles are talking to you in these types of postures, I always find it helpful if I focus on my breathing and just with each exhalation, I try to think to myself, just soften into the posture. To just give my body permission to sort of just relax. We're not very good at relaxing, so sometimes we need permission to do that. And then we're going to slowly walk those hands back. And if you're here or if you're in Sukhasana, we're just going to unravel ourselves. And we're going to take the soles of the feet together. So cobblers, butterfly, whatever you like to call it. The objective is to try to keep the feet together, so the soles of the feet together, but sometimes that's not always a possibility. So we're not going to get picky with ourselves. We're going to make sure though that the shoulders are plugged in and our spine is as straight as we can get it. And then from there, we're going to again hinge forward without lifting those sit bones off the mat, just until we feel like those hips, those psoas muscles, hip flexors, give us that little nod to say, I don't want to go anymore. And that's the place where you just stop and focus then on your breathing. So now comes the breathing, trying to soften that posture and see if you can relax into the posture, let those muscles sort of go so they're not holding that tension anymore. Okay, that's about all my hips can take. We're going to close those knees and we're going to come back to Dandasana. So we're going to flex those feet. Make sure you're seated upright so that spine is nice and tall, and that our hips are no longer an external rotation, but now they're coming back to neutral or even a little bit of internal rotation. So we're going to fold forward and we're going to walk those hands down as far forward as we can. So if that's shins for you or ankles, if you have the ability to go to big toe hold, go right ahead. And just again, try to soften into the space. So the backs of the legs for most of us are quite tight. So this is a good place to really practice that softening. Good. Take the hands, walk them all the way back up. We're going to take now our left leg, cross it over, and just like the other side, we want to make sure that those sit bones are equal or as equal as we can get them. And if we do have a bad knee, then we're going to leave this leg exactly where it is. But if our knee is healthy and we're feeling like we can bend it in that direction, then we're going to do that. So the front foot, ideally, we would like it to stay flat like this and not allow yourself to come over onto the blade of the foot. So just keep that in mind when you're rotating. We're going to extend that right arm up and we're going to hug. So we're going to do opposite to what we did before. So we're going to wrap that arm and then we're going to look over that left shoulder. Try to get length through the spine. Try not to round that middle back, but feel like you're lifting out of that pelvis. Unravel yourself. Now, take that left arm up, take it to the inside, and then look over that right shoulder. I do not have the same mobility on this side as I do on the other side. I definitely feel this more on this side. Okay, come back through center. So now we're going to go into that posture where we've got the knees sort of stacked on top of one another. But again, if the knees do not like being bent this way, then all I want you to do is loosen that up and come back to that Sukhasana position. So sitting up as tall as we can. Taking those feet just a little bit out. So ideally you want the knees to be directly on top of one another, and you want both sit bones plugged into the ground. And we just breathe. A lot of breathing. From here, we're going to start to move into that forward bend. So take your time. So like I said, I do not have the same mobility on the sides. I really feel this on my top leg much more than I did on the other side. So I'm being patient with myself and taking it inch by inch to see if I can get any further. And then once my body sends me a lot of signals, that's about where I can stop, is about right here. And now I just focus in on my breathing and I try to take that softness with each one of my exhalations. Relax your head. Try not to hold that tension into the back side of your neck, but just let it go. You're almost done. Let's walk those hands back toward the knees, unravel ourselves, and then we'll come back to that cobbler's position. So we're going to take the soles of the feet together and sort of walk yourself forward, taking that breath. This time, let's get long instead of going forward. So let's get as long as we can. And while we're here, let's take a moment to really feel like we're stretching through the back side of our neck. So really drawing the chin down toward the chest, trying to just lengthen through the cervical vertebrae, which tends to hold a lot of tension for us, especially right now, in the situation that we're all in. Lots of uncertainty. Good. Now just take slow close of those legs, and then we're going to come down onto our back, all the way down, nice and slow. Take those feet close to your bum, so at least you should be able to touch your heels with your middle finger. Relax your shoulders, draw the shoulders back toward the mat so that you feel like you're really open through your chest. Take a breath. And then as you exhale, you're just going to pick those hips up. So you're going to pick the hips up, squeezing your gluteals, and pushing through the floor at the same time. When we're up here, we want to make sure that the legs, the femurs, are going directly to the end of our mat, and that we're not allowing those knees to sort of splay out. We want to keep the integrity of the posture. Relax your head. Really feel like you're pressing those arms down so that chest gets that opening. And just take a minute. It's gonna probably shake, rattle, and roll a little bit, but that's okay. We're trying to create strength and stamina through those muscles. Whenever we get tired, the integrity of the posture sort of starts to disintegrate. So just every now and then check in with yourself to make sure that you've got all those checkpoints in line so that you can maintain that nice strong posture. One more inhale. And then we exhale. Slowly articulate back down through the vertebrae, nice and slow, like you're giving your spine a massage. And then one by one, drawing that right knee in and then the left knee. Wrap the hands around those shins. Just take a gentle rock side to side. And park those feet down on the ground, and then take the arms out to either side of you like a T. We're going to allow the knees to fall to the right side as we look over to the left. So really feel again like you're trying to open that chest by keeping both shoulders in contact with the floor. And then back up to the middle, park the soles of the feet flat on the ground. Make sure that the pelvis is square before you start moving over to the left-hand side. So now I'm going to look over to my right. So this should feel really good on the side body, sort of through the torso. You should feel like you're getting some relief, especially if your low back and the spine is tight. Come back up through the center, and then we're going to bring those legs back in toward the chest, but this time we're going to take the legs slightly apart, and then we're going to take the soles of the feet toward the ceiling, and see if you can grab a hold of the big toes and draw the knees down toward the floor. So happy baby. But you want to try not to be up here. So if you can see that my tailbone and part of my low spine's off the mat, you want to try to keep that low back down toward the ground. It doesn't have to be jammed in there, but you definitely want that stability. It helps if you really focus on trying to get the legs just a little bit further apart so that you can draw the knees down. If it's here, it's harder because it's tighter. Just take a moment. Now slowly take the hands away from those big toes. Gently close the legs. Take those feet flat on the ground, and then walk the legs out to the end of your mat into that long position. So we're going into our final posture, which is Shavasana. So I'm going to talk you through the first minute, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to just breathe on the second minute. And then from there, we'll all come up to a seated position. But if you don't hear me talk, don't worry. I'm breathing with you, and I'll let you know when it's time to come to our seat. So just allow the arms to come out to your side, palms to the ceiling, relax your shoulders. Take a few moments to maybe move that head around just to get it in that nice, comfortable spot. And then I'm going to take my legs, again, a little bit wider because that feels best for my hips. And I'm going to allow my feet to sort of splay out as well. So we close our eyes. And we focus back in on our very deep breathing, just like we did when we started our practice in pranayama. So you want to really sort of draw those inhales. Fill that belly full of air. And take equal exhalation through the nose. If for the first few you feel like you really can't get that deep exhalation that you want, just feel free to take those exhalations through the mouth. We're all at home, so we don't really have to worry about the person next to us. So really feel like you're allowing yourself to relax in the spinal posture. So with those eyes shut down, try to decrease decrease the tension in both your forehead and your jaw. So just, again, just allow yourself this minute to just let everything relax. Slowly start to draw your awareness back to your space, and you can just wiggle those fingers and toes, inviting some movement back into your body. And then we're going to take our arms overhead and extend them, just like we're getting up in the morning. So big, long stretch. And I like to see if I can sort of arch my back or pull my low spine off the mat. Just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a stretch. And now circle the arms around toward the hips, hugging those knees in toward the chest, and again taking that little roll side to side. From here, we're going to roll over onto our side and then use our arms to help set ourselves back up into Sukhasana, ending where we started, sitting up as tall as we can, just letting those arms comfortably rest on our knees. Bringing those hands into your chest, into heart center. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, guys. Namaste.